Now, you know, on HBCU Legends, I always get the legends, but I got to get the legends in media as well, man. Tell everybody who you guys are.
Well, I'm the newbie, so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself first.
I'm Carlos Brown of the Carlos Brown Show on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm Bryan Fulford, Vice President of the Black College Sports Network, co-host of the BCSN Sports Wrap and the O&G Strike Zone.
Look, man, Carlos and Bryan, they try to be modest, but these guys are great at what they do. Tell us about the vibe here. How is it different than years past?
I think the energy is still the same. This signifies the football season is right around the corner. Fall camp is about to start. The energy is great. The coaches are excited. Players are excited. And I'm going to tell you, this 2022 season, I think it's going to be one that people will be talking about for years. I'm excited. Let the games begin.
I haven't been in the space nearly as long as Carlos or guys like Dr. Cavill, and so I in order to find out about sort of history of this, I kind of lean on these veterans. But what I do know is I've watched this event grow from a small room in a different hotel, maybe 40-some media people, to last year 160, to this year 220, and I don't think that was everybody who wanted to be here.
Right.
So there was more who wanted to be here. So that speaks to the popularity of the SWAC, of HBCU football or HBCUs in general, athletics, and I mean that's a great thing. And so the SWAC is in a great position of growth.
Look, I have a chance now to ask Carlos some questions. He's always throwing questions at me.
That's true. Right.
What else can the fans expect in 2022, in your opinion?
Excitement. We were talking about it earlier. You know, it's always pressure to win, and these coaches, they know that. And the old saying is you can't take a week off, because if you do, you can get beat by anybody. I think parity is a word that you've heard utilized here at SWAC Football Media Day. So with that being said, I think the energy, the fan bases, I think you're going to see some really good crowds, and in some cases, you're going to see record crowds. And if I could tie this in, what Bryan was saying about it's very great to now attend, not that it hasn't been, but HBCUs enrollment across the country at HBCUs, it's up. So it's academics high, right? And athletics, man, they go hand in hand. Yeah. And I think it may go down to the last 1-2 weeks in the football season, but bigger crowds, more excitement. 2022 football season.
Yeah, Carlos, I know you're a homer for SU, so you're representing SU right now. I had a chance to speak to Coach Dooley. Looks like those guys are putting together a great program. Bryan and Carlos, tell us how you feel about them. Can they challenge Jackson State for the title?
Well, I think so, and Bryan can speak for himself on that. But I had Southern coming out of the West. They've done a great job of recruiting from high school student athletes, the transfer portal, and just quietly, Coach Dooley. I call him the silent assassin.
Right.
He's quietly.
I call him the hijacker.
Well, that's a good name too. But he's been building, and you know he's known as an offensive guru, a great offensive mind. But you got to be pleased with what they've done defensively. They've added a lot of pieces. So Southern, I think they're going to be right there to the end. Will they win the championship? We'll see. But I think they will be in the championship football game.
What about you, Bryan?
Jackson State.
Carlos is being very modest because he should be very
I'm
excited.
a modest guy.
He should be excited just like, I mean, look, they were predicted to finish first by a very slim margin over Alcorn State in the West, right? Mm-hmm. And it's funny, both of us picked those two schools to finish first in the West. Obviously, you know who Carlos picked. Now, that's also, I'm going to just leave it at that.
Uh-oh.
But there's the expectation is very high for what, Carlos, a team or a program that's I hate to use the word average, but probably average over the last couple of seasons. So that speaks to Coach Dooley, and it speaks to the expectation of what he brings over, having won the championship with Prairie View.
Awesome. Guys, how can everybody follow you and your programs?
Well, for me, Facebook, Carlos Brown Show and Carlos Brown, Twitter at Carlos Brown Show, and you also can follow me on Instagram, the Carlos Brown Show, and the show you can watch it on those platforms mentioned, plus YouTube at myJBN1.
Awesome.
Yeah, and don't forget, Carlos' show is Saturday afternoons. Well, I guess noon Eastern, 11 Central. So I guess it's kind of that mix between afternoon and morning. The BCSN Sports Wrap, we air Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then the ONG Strike Zone is Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And on that show, we primarily talk about FAMU, Florida A&M, athletics and culture. So more of a specialized show, but it's all the same. Have a good time talking about what we're doing.
Look, they do excellent work. You need to follow them. Carlos, Bryan, thank you so much.
Thank you.